Okay, we all know the rules of negative numbers. For instance, a negative multiplied by a negative will always be a positive. A negative multiplied by a positive or vice versa will always be a negative. But I don't know why when it comes to double brackets expansion, students become confused. So in this tutorial, we're just going to clear all those confusions. For instance, when you're doing double bracket expansion, when you reach this point, right, you have a negative outside the bracket and you have positives inside the bracket. The positives inside the bracket will turn to negatives, right? For instance, number 1 here, we have negative b, bracket a plus b. All the negatives in the bracket will become positives, right? Because we are multiplying a negative with a positive. So this negative will multiply this positive and will become negative ab, right? Then we have positive b here and negative b outside. So negative b times positive b, this will become negative b squared. Negative b squared. That's the answer here. I hope you're seeing it clearly, right? So moving on to question 2. Okay, so before we move on, thank you very much for your support. That click is very much appreciated. And let's move on. Question 2 is a quite tricky one because we have a positive outside the bracket and we have a negative outside the bracket. So when you're dealing with this kind of scenario, in the first bracket nothing will change because we are multiplying because there's a positive outside the bracket. So we're just going to end up with a squared, a times a squared, negative b here multiplied by a will always be negative ab. But right now, when you move to this position now, we have a negative outside and we have a positive inside. So therefore, negative b multiplied by positive a is positive c. It's positive ab. Then at this point, we have a negative outside the bracket and we also have a negative inside the bracket. So a negative multiplied by a negative means what? Equal to a positive. Therefore, we have positive b squared here. So further simplification, we can see that a squared negative ab negative ab, this is equal to positive 2ab plus b squared. Then that's the final solution, right? Then number 3 is a bonus, right? Because it's an easy one. Whenever a term is divided by a negative number, it will always be a negative, right? So therefore, the solution for question 3 obviously is negative b to the power 3, right? Here we cancel out the first b, leaving us with b to the power 3. Simple as that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and do the YouTube tradition.